Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a solution for our broken food system that, isn't found in a lab or a factory. It's actually been waiting right under our feet for millennia. And it's a technology that could literally change how we grow, well, everything.
So let's start with the big one. How do we feed the world without breaking the planet? I mean, this really is the fundamental question, isn't it? You've got this soaring global population, and the way we currently produce food, it's pushing our planet to the absolute brink. The clock is ticking, for sure, on finding a better way.
And here's the scale of the challenge. 10 billion. That's the number of people we're going to need to feed by the year 2050. Just let that sink in for a second. Think about the immense pressure that puts on our land, our water, and our entire food supply chain.
So yeah, that leads us right to the heart of the issue. Let's really break down why our current methods of agriculture, the ones we've relied on for the last century, just aren't going to cut it for that future.
For decades, modern farming has basically run on this cocktail of synthetic fertilizers and chemical pesticides. And look, this approach gave us some short-term gains, no doubt, but it's come at a huge cost. We're talking about poisoning our soil, draining our rivers, and just pumping massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. It's a pretty rough list.
And this chart, wow, it lays out the crisis perfectly, doesn't it? You see that tall bar? That's our demand for food. It's a runaway train. And the short bar? That's our planet's ability to provide, and it is seriously buckling under the strain. This gap isn't just some abstract number, it's an unsustainable reality we're living in right now.
Okay, so that sounds a little bleak, but what if the solution wasn't a brand new chemical cooked up in a lab, or some bigger, more powerful machine? What if the answer was something that's been in the soil all along, just waiting for us to unleash it?
And this is exactly where bio-augmentation comes in. The core idea is actually simple, but it's also really profound. Instead of constantly fighting nature with chemicals, we just partner with it. We harness the power of these microscopic organisms. They're like nature's own little workforce, and let them do the heavy lifting for us.
And when you put the two approaches side by side like this, the contrast is just stark. We're moving away from a system of synthetic inputs that ultimately just degrade the soil over time, and moving toward one that uses natural cycles and biopesticides to actively build and restore soil health. It really is a total paradigm shift.
Okay, so how do these microscopic allies actually get the job done out in the field? It's not magic, I promise. It's just fascinating science. So let's look at a few of the key players here.
First up, we've got something called mycorrhizal fungi. And seriously, the best way to think of these is like an underground internet for plants. They form this symbiotic relationship with the roots, creating this massive, sprawling web that extends way, way beyond what the plant's own roots could ever reach. And through this network, they pull in vital water and nutrients. It's just a natural and incredible efficiency boost.
Next up are the nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Now, nitrogen is absolutely crucial for plant growth, and right now we spend billions making it synthetically. But these little microbes, they do it for free. They literally pull nitrogen right out of the air and convert it into a usable form for the plant. It's like having a tiny fertilizer factory attached to every single root. This approach even changes how we handle pests. Instead of those broad chemical sprays that just kill everything in their path, we can use specific microbes almost like precision-guided weapons. They target only the harmful pests, leaving the beneficial insects like bees completely unharmed. And of course, our food stays free from all that toxic residue.
So the science is super cool, right? But the big question is, how does it all translate into real-world results? Let's go from the lab out to the farmland, because this isn't just a theory anymore. It's already happening all around the world.
And what we're hearing from farmers who are adopting these techniques is that they're seeing tangible benefits. This isn't about sacrificing productivity for sustainability. It's about achieving both at the same time.
The economic advantage here is just undeniable. Farmers lower their input costs because they're buying less expensive fertilizer. But at the same time, healthier soil and more resilient plants often lead to higher yields. It's a simple equation, really. Lower costs plus higher yields equals increased profitability. It's a win-win.
So let's zoom out. What does this all mean for our planet and the future of our food system? I mean, what happens when we really scale this thing up?
Well, when you scale this globally, the potential is nothing short of transformative. We are looking at a future where we can achieve genuine food security for billions, while simultaneously drawing down carbon, cutting agricultural emissions, and actively regenerating the health of the very soil we all depend on.
Now, of course, making this the new global standard isn't going to happen overnight. There are definitely some hurdles. The next steps are pretty clear, though. We need to scale up micro-production, we need to make sure farmers have the education and tools for adoption, and we have to continue the research to unlock even more of the soil's hidden potential.
And that leaves us with a pretty powerful final thought. For all our modern inventions, maybe, just maybe, the key to securing our future lies in rediscovering the wisdom of the past and partnering with the planet's oldest and most effective technology, nature itself.